killing us, killing each other. Ain't gonna be no dad to raise these kids, and that's what happened probably.
I ain't worried about that part. We're in the hood, shoot a side video, 3630. That's what it is. I was gonna just start telling shit out. Time I went and got my drinks, some more drinks. Well, we actually had a table, but that's another whole story, man. The spot we was at, I'll just say this, it wasn't the greatest, but it worked. You know what I mean? He got the job done. It was what it was. So definitely want to send a shout out to him, man. Truck, good fight, man. Can't wait to see the next one. Of course, you know I'm gonna be there, your guy. Like to send a shout out to my guys. Mukals, he in ATL right now, hold it down. My guy Ert, he does some wetting things to go through. So guess what? You got me today. That's what it is. Your guy. So man, like I said, start off with the tank fight. And secondly, man, I want to say send my blessings and peace and blessings out to YGG. That's the music you heard a few minutes ago. He got found guilty on all his charges, which was a sad story, man. I mean, we're losing important guys. We're losing great guys. The whole fact is for us to try to find a way to get legal, you know, get some real bread. But instead we find ourselves in the hands of the man. It is what it is, man. I mean, at this point, hoping appeals and everything come through. And he should be good. Sure, gonna be already young. I love his music. Didn't really get a chance to meet the guy. I don't know him personally, but he's from Baltimore. I'm supporting from a distance. Whether you know or not, I'm pretty sure in the future we might would have got a chance to work together, but man, it is what it is. Like I said, hopefully he pulled through and he be good. All right. Other than that, that was last week. And this weekend, like, send a shout out to my guy Dave. Of course, he had another fabulous event, as usual. He never seemed to let me down. Put a bug in his ear a little while ago about him and his events. And so far, it seems like he's pulling through. You know, it seems like he doing what he gotta do to keep it going. Man, what gonna get you first, man. It's so much. I don't know where to start. Like I said, guys in here, something hold down on my own. I know I'm getting straight to the BS. That's what it is. I had a conversation over the weekend about snitching, right? I think we have a bad outtake on it. I think what some people will call snitching is not what I personally believe in. It's not. I mean, you do have snitches, then you got people that's not involved in no kind of game, anything like that, that might get into something and tell, just basically what happened. Those guys I really don't consider snitching, but some people do. Hopefully y'all get my outtake on this and y'all have a better view of what I mean. So with that being said, I'm gonna say, somebody asked me, all right, since previous history, my background a little sketchy, but I'm a new guy at this point, so we all get a point in our life where we change, become better people. They asked me if I was riding a car right now at this point, would I still, and we got pulled over and it was happened to be guns and drugs in the car, would I tell? I said no. They told me I was crazy, if it ain't mine, you living by a street code, what blase. And that's not even the reason I said no. Do I still live by a street code? Yes, I do. But that's not why I said no. The reason I said no is because of the reason some of the things is happening, why things happen then, why people get falsely convicted and falsely accused. The reason I said no because if I'm riding a car with somebody and one of my friends, they happen to have, whatever they had in the car. If I'm not familiar with whatever they're dealing with or whatever game they're in or whatever the case may be, how can I tell? It's nothing for me to tell. You can only tell if you know what's going on. But if I'm not involved in the game, what I'm going to tell? I can't make an assumption and just get somebody arrested or somebody locked them on something that I thought. I'm not in the game anymore. I'm not nowhere near the game. I have nothing to do with it. So I can't tell. But of course, some people think at this point you should be, I guess, if it's something that you don't have anything to do with, you should tell. But like I said, how can you tell something that you don't know what's going on? I can't make an assumption and say, sorry, you'll see me go off to the left or right. Sometimes I'm answering questions of people that's tuning in. But I can't answer a question or say something that I don't truly know. If I'm not involved in the game, what is it for me to tell? So I would just have to fight it. Because at the end of the day, it wouldn't be anything I can tell anyway. I don't know anything. So with that being said, they thought I was crazy, saying, if it was me, I'd do this and do that. But, like I said, we all different. If I had nothing to do with it, and I don't know what's going on, which is the case most times, it's nothing for me to tell. I just can't make a story up and say, something I might think is going on, somebody who I might think the person is dealing with. I have to go by what I know. So with that being said, no, I wouldn't tell anything because basically, like I said, it wouldn't be anything for me to tell. So I had to go and face the consequences that I was crazy and everything like that. But see, that's what's happening today, though. We can't. A lot of things, if you're not involved in the game, or you had nothing to do with an incident that happens, and something happened to come your way, and you happen to get so-called jammed up or whatever, you just can't make something up of what you think. In my case, I believe you should let the officers do their work. It was a recent interview of Tekashi 6ix9ine and Wack 100 that a lot of people tuned in and watched. And some people agree with what Wack said. Some people disagree with what Wack said. Basically, he's saying Tekashi 6ix9ine, for those who don't know, is the guy, the white Puerto Rican guy, whatever, with the blonde rainbow hair that snitched on his whole team. Supposedly, well, he did snitch right on his whole team, the whole rap squad. The whole squad he was dealing with at the time. This guy was a rapper from he wasn't a street dude, at all. But he happened to know how to rap. The Bloods, so-called, supposed to bring him in, trying to get to the bag. They allowed him to get in the game and call shots and be around this negativity, and he ended up getting jammed up. And the first thing he did was told. Wack 100 believe he didn't tell. Wack 100 believe he blames the guys that put him in the street, which is, I feel, kind of the same too. See, that's what I think is going on with today's game, period, anyway. You gotta be almost street grounded in order to be in the game. What happens is these guys, they bring guys in that just, it'd be dudes that graduate from college, never hustled to get before in their life, private school guys, and all of a sudden they're in the game at late age. A lot of times, that's why it's a lot of snitching going on. It's a lot of people breaking down when the heat come, because they've never been grounded. They've never been in situations where they had to, grind or anything like that. So I think like I said, I think because of the guys, the guys that bring them in should be held accountable for basically what happened. Should have brought them in. Even if you bring them in, you should protect them from the bag. You should protect them. You should protect the bag. You shouldn't allow them to come in and infiltrate and be fools and do foolish things. You know what I'm saying? You should have just brought him in for what he was. So, like I said, at this point, you got to kind of always blame yourself. So, that was my whole purpose with it. I believe that, yeah, he told or did what he had to do, but at the end of the day, he should never been put in that predicament where he would even have to, be considered any part of the game. So at some point, these guys kind of got to blame themselves. Which, I kind of believe what Wack said. I probably would have did the same thing. Now, I think he definitely was a guy that should never been in the game. So with that being said, the guy blamed himself. That's how I look at it.